We're going, okay, I think we're good to go. Chief, are we?
Yes.
Yes. So we call the regular council meeting in the town of Grand Bay-Westfield featured tonight from Brothers Point River Center to order. Item 2.
Record of attendance.
Let the record reflect the absence of Councilor Day. Item 3, please.
Approval of the order of business and approval of additions and deletions.
Move to adopt the meeting agenda as presented.
Second.
On the question? Yes, please, John.
I'd like to add item number 15.3, I believe it is, grants.
Oh, yes, for the,
I emailed that to council Saturday or Sunday morning, I don't recall which. This is an item that ends April 30th, is for the end of this year for some of these organizations.
but was it in the body of the?
No, I just emailed it to everybody.
Did anybody look back at that?
I don't recall Steve.
No, I don't either, John.
Okay, all right.
So we should probably check first to make sure.
Do an
So
email
we
for it?
Well, look, what I had suggested to the CAO was that we should probably have a look at those grants, because often it is for the children's end of year school.
Yeah.
But I think if June
I
14th,
see it here.
oh, you got it, Ryan?
Yeah, I did see it, now that you mentioned that.
And can you clearly, is there a recommendation for them or just?
Yeah, there's six recommendations.
There is, okay,
Citizens are all local.
good, you got it.
Supported.
Perfect, so then the agenda is approved as presented with the addition of 15.3 grants. Moved and seconded on the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? The motion is carried. Item 4, please.
Conflict of interest.
Is there any? There being none, we'll move directly to item 5.
Public hearings.
There are none. And item 6, the reason why the lady sits here to my right. On my screen.
RCMP report presentation, Julie Rogers Marsh.
Thank you. In your agenda, council, you will find the RCMP report.
Any questions from me regarding the stats?
None.
I had a. I mean, all of a sudden, we seem to have year-to-date going on, is that something that's concerning, is that happening in the stores, or is it people frauding each other on the internet, or?
Most likely with these ones, it's likely over the internet
Yeah.
or phone calls.
Like scams?
Scams.
Yeah, okay.
Just 3 is not the one. Not right there, April 2021, 3 of them.
Yes.
Out of 8, so, yes.
So we would investigate it, and it's not necessarily that people were defrauded anything, they're just reporting it that they believe it's a scam or a fraud. We do have one in particular that's gonna be a lengthy one that is defrauded quite a bit of money. So,
Well, so you want to go ahead.
The other one I had was, I thank you, I see we've got off-road vehicle fences. So we're actually catching some of these guys.
We are.
Charging them and being
Yeah.
successful, and
yes.
the message is getting out there. and-
I mean, we certainly still are seeing the ATVs driving on the road, driving fast, I mean, that sort of, you know, people going to the trail and driving on the road, like up my road slowly in a safe manner. That I don't have concerns with that, we're being responsible, it's the ones that are flying down River Valley Drive or up underneath. And it seems to
So
be,
you've got the speed, but then you've got kids that are 8, 9 years old driving these things around, and they shouldn't be. They can't handle them, too powerful.
so I mean, we're certainly aware, I'm
That's
sure
good.
aware, we're trying to be as proactive as we can be and not necessarily sneaky, but we're trying different
Like
ways.
here in December, I kind of said, because you kind of have to be in order to get them. Well, they don't take off on you, but if you kind of.
Well, they're being smart because they're going to get gas and they're going in, but they're keeping their helmets on so that you can identify them.
Gotta be up.
No face, no case.
No, okay. So I'll just inform council too, because for you too, Julie, actually, at the RSC, they just gave permission that at the Regional Service Commission to the ATV group to cross their property so that everything that is on the west side, I guess, of the highway will now be able to get to the backwoods without having to get on the street. They're going to get clear passage through those areas, so it's
Where's this?
at the landfill, all the property they own, they have granted the right of passage so that when they come off the trail, somewhere in the area of Henderson Brook, I guess, they're going to be able to pick that up and stay on that side of the property to get over to wherever they go from there down towards, I suspect, the trails in Spruce Lake and all in through that area. Yes, John.
We've also contacted the ATV group and asked them to participate in our stakeholder meetings, stakeholder interviews, and survey for the Parks and Rec master plan.
Oh, I'm glad for that. Yeah, because I mean, they could play a strong part in that, to be honest.
Well, if you look at the municipalities around the country, and especially even in this province, you don't have to go far to see good examples of the stuff like that was sledding and biking. They made it a destination, people are coming, like there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of on a daily basis going there, using all the business.
Lots of money to be spent.
That's what they go, subway, gas stations.
Yeah, good for business, it's true. So Julie, let me ask you on behalf of council, is there anything that you see out of character or anything that you would wish to draw to our attentions?
No, I think it's pretty steady. I mean, we're now heading into the nicer weather, so obviously our stats are gonna go up as far as warnings and tickets, and we're continuing to patrol in the mornings and the afternoons in school zones. That's still a priority for us until school's out.
Well, and that's one of council's priorities, so certainly traffic safety has always been one of ours, so we're glad that we're partners. So council, if there being nothing else for Corporal Rogers, if someone would like to make a motion
Most of receive and file.
Seconded.
on the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, your motion is carried. Corporal, thank you very much.
So I just wanted to mention, they've identified a new sergeant that's likely coming closer to the end of July, maybe early August. Will be fully
Staff, that's right.
for that.
Where's the
What's that?
Yes.
I
But
said
Corporal
that.
Rogers will be staying with us, she's in the position of acting for now, but she'll be remaining in our territory until
So be the team leader, so.
That's right, and she is our resident, so we're happy with that, she knows our community, and it's all good.
Have a good job.
Thank you, Julie, it has been my
Thank you.
pleasure, my pleasure to see you.
Congratulations, everybody, on moving on.
Thank you, Joel.
Luck.
We're gonna move to item 7, please.
Minutes?
Go ahead, Chick. Let's try to do them 7, yeah, let's do 7, 1, 2, 3, 7.1, 2, 3, and 4 all at once. Yeah, well, minutes, yeah, it's minutes. It's a minute.
Minutes of regular council meeting of April 26th, 2021. 7.2 is special meeting minutes of May 7th, 2021. 7.3 River Valley Community Center meeting minutes, March 16th, 2021. And 7.4 PAC minutes, April 6th, 2021.
Make a motion to receive and file.
Seconded.
Counselor Snodgrass.
We're not required to adopt.
You have to adopt the community center minutes and the PAC, but ours can be received and filed minutes and the
Well,
special.
I've always thought we had to adopt, I mean, it's receive and file the others.
Well, I may have that back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so moved.
So we could do 7.1 and 7.2.
Sure. So move, or
Thank
sorry, you.
That will be-
Seconded.
Thank you. On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried. Item 7.3 and 7.4, please.
Motion to receive and file.
Second.
On the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried and your item is 8, Council.
Bills for payment?
Move that we authorize payment or bills for payment in the amount of $226,862.52.
Second.
On the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried. And your item is 9, 1 through 8, please.
Consent agenda. 9.1, Grand Bay-Westfield Volunteer Fire and Rescue Department report. 2, Building Inspectors report. 3, Dog Control report. 4, Works Department report. 5, Capital Projects Tracking Sheet. 6, River Center Coordinators report. 7, Recreation Department report. And 8, Seniors Resource Center report.
Move to receive and file. Second.
On the question, yes, Joe?
I'd just like to bring council's attention to 9.8, Senior Resource Center. The Senior Resource Coordinator, Annie Duncan. This is her last month. Her funding for that position has expired, and we'll be going back to the way it has been before. I just want to thank Annie for the hard work that she's done on behalf of the seniors in Chattanooga. It's been excellent.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Yeah, she did a really good job, and I would, in her report this month, I noticed she had an online feature there, and she had 106 people attend that. And they're getting, people coming to the resource center now in 12 at a time, 20 at a time. It's busy all the time. It's how it should be, and I'm glad to see the seniors are getting out
Excellent.
and getting to know each
I
other.
think we were programs for 15 or 20 years there by someone from St. John.
But we fixed it, Michael. We fixed
Put that
it.
down as one of our accomplishments.
An accomplishment, there you go.
I'll be on the public record for a lot of meetings.
And council, I want to point out that, as I always do on the consent agenda, but if you look at the value of housing starts, we have a story to tell here. The whole year last year, the value of new housing starts were 2.063 million, and so far this year till the end of April, we've exceeded that. So it's a good year for us. We're at 2.1 million, 2.120 or something almost
That's for
in April. And yeah, it's going to be a good year. It provides the new team, I think, a real good start out of the gate. So yes, Councilor Thomas.
I was just gonna, usually you highlight too the volunteer fire department.
I do.
They've got 346 hours service to the community this past month. They do a fantastic job, and everybody in the community can be officially proud of Troy and the team that he works with. So.
Absolutely.
Thank you for mentioning that, because you're right, I usually do, and I wanted to acknowledge too, I don't know how you all participated in that run for that young boy. And for Make-A-Wish, but I was awfully proud that the fire department found time and equipment to participate in that. That was really a good job. Kudos to you and the members. So can I have a motion, please?
Motion received. Second.
Thank you. On the question? All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried. Your item is 10, please.
Business arising minutes.
Is there any? Being none, we'll move to item 11.
Delegations.
None. Petitions? Oh, sorry, 12.
Petitions.
There are none. Item 13.
Bylaws.
Again, there are none. Item 14.
Notice of motions.
Are there any? There being none, then we're going to move directly to item 15. And we'll start with item 15, please.
COVID-19 operational plan update.
John, did you want to speak to that initially?
This has been a living document, and we've been updating as we go along. Due to an incident in the town office, we recognize that we have a bit of a gap. What happens if there's actually infections in the town office?
We came close to it.
And public health asked us to go home, and we didn't really cover that off. So all we've done is filled in the gap there. And basically what happens is those of us can work at home and do that. The biggest concern, the essential services, how our employees get paid. And we've identified how we're gonna get that done in the time. I think it's 2 paragraphs, if I recall, and not large paragraphs either. That's the extent of it. Again, it's a living document. I'll approve it as we see fit, as time goes on.
As we need. That's
So
right. Thank you.
I'll move that the council of the town of Grand Bay-Westfield adopt the amendment regarding Grand Bay-Westfield entering into the red phase of lockdown that supports working from home, and enables the assistant clerk treasurer and CAO to ensure checks are prepared for the employees and distributed accordingly.
Seconded.
On the question. Good job, John. I mean, you came to us last August when COVID began. We're still amending operational plans as we come into new circumstances. So
In all fairness to your former town manager, to your fire chief, they had good bones, and I think all I've done is tweaked it a little bit. It's a team effort, so.
it absolutely is. Thank you for that, John, and thank you, Chief. On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried. Items 15.2, please.
Municipal kilometerage maintenance responsibility.
Make a motion that town of Bay-Westfield approve the kilometers as presented in DTI's letter May 7th. Regarding municipal kilometers maintenance responsibility, DTI is responsible for winter maintenance of 65.048 lane kilometers, and the town is responsible for summer maintenance of 44.238 kilometer per lane kilometer of provincially designated highways and 0.717 lane kilometers of regional kilometerage.
Seconded.
On the question,
So on the question, whereas this is my last opportunity to say this, I think the way the town, and not just our town, but all municipalities are reimbursed for this service is a joke. It is far too low, and it doesn't even come close to covering what it actually costs us to do the service. So I just want to be on the record as saying, I think it's, unfortunately, you got to accept what you're given, but I want to be on the record saying I disagree with other funding.
thank you for that, Councilor Snodgrass, and it's a good time actually to acknowledge it while they're going around doing some of this local governance reform. I mean, as the Works Commissioner pointed out in his report, the winter maintenance were paid at our own cost of 3 times what we're paid for, and our summer maintenance are 12 times what we're paid for. I mean, and when you look at other areas of the province, there are many people that don't pay any. So there has to be a more equitable way to share these costs, and we hope that local governance reform is one of the methods by which that can be done. So on the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried, and your item is 15.3, please.
Municipal plans or grants, sorry.
Thank you. Councilor Snodgrass, I think you've got that.
I do have in front of me here, so I'll make a motion, we approve the following grants. Do we just do the value and the description of the project? Or was it-
Yeah, just,
I
yes.
can't remember.
You do who's two?
Pardon me?
You do who's two as well.
Who's doing the,
Oh, yes, oh, yes.
so grant number 1, Grand Bay-Westfield, sorry, Grand Bay Home and School, request for $400. That's for the bouncy castle.
That's for their final day,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, and we've heard that. Item 2, Grand Bay Primary School, $500 spring school bus, so that's another year-end activity. Grant number 3, Inglewood School, $350 for STEAM supplies, sorry. Number 4, River Valley Middle School, $400 for indoor recess games. Number 5, River Valley Middle School, $300 for youth soccer uniforms. And number 6, Westfield Elementary School, $300 for picnic tables for outdoor learning.
Second.
Thank you. They're all very worthy projects, and it seems, I'm sure council would agree with me, that over the last number of years since we started this grant program, that's generally where all of the funds have been directed in support of the children in the schools in our community.
And I think, looking at the dollar values here, it comes in, we're certainly less than half, so the council team will still have, half.
$1 for each person, that's
Yeah.
2,300 we've given out this time, so it's, there's probably another 27 waiting for the September give out.
Yep.
So on the question of award, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, your motion is carried. And your item is 16, please.
Letter of April 21st, 2021 from Dillon Consulting, re storm sewer and street improvements 2018 project number 18-7635B.
Make a motion to pay the town $7,300 for certificate number 5, project number 18-7635B. 35B or 35A? B.
That's what happens when we get so old, Michael, we can't tell if B's an 8 or an 8's a B. That's how it goes. Thank you. On the question. Oh, sorry, yes, please.
I just want to bring to council's attention, because you've asked me this in the past, this cleans up 2018.
I was just about to say that, actually, because I noticed it was a 2018 project, yes.
Yeah, and we're still hanging on $3,200 for a deficiency.
Good,
Okay.
good, but that, other than that, $3,200 that pays off and finishes that storm sewer improvements in 2018. So on the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried. Your item is 17, please.
Letter of May 3rd, 2021 from Intact Public Entities, Inc., formerly known as Frank Cohen Company Ltd., rename and address change.
Motion to receive and file.
Second.
On the question. So it has, like many smaller companies, Frank Cowan has been bought up by Intact Public Entities. And I think there was even another there that was going to, the guarantee company as an insurer under policy. So we've had a very good service with Frank Cowan over the years, and we hope that that continues for the next team with Intact. John?
I'd just like to bring the council's attention to that the industry's been facing what's called a hard market. We know that because we've seen our rates going up. So the way the industry is responding, frankly, is that those involved in the municipal side are becoming fewer and fewer, so we have less options. And then two, there's a consolidation of the companies who are doing it. Larger is better, because a lot of these companies now work across the world, so they can balance their risks. Something here against say something in Europe, in Asia, in Australia, or something like that. So this isn't a surprise, it's an ongoing trend. They're a little bit late to the market, is what I would say, due to some of this consolidation.
Well, with all the natural disasters and things, I'm sure that they have to look at something and they've got to be able to absorb some of these payouts. So getting bigger and, as you say, spreading that around when it's required, when and where it's required probably makes sense. So thank you for that, John. On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried. Your item is 18, please.
Letters of May 18th, 2021 from Brittany Merrifield, Age Friendly Committee and Planning Advisory Committee resignation.
Motion to receive and file.
Second.
So we have letters of resignation from the Age Friendly and Planning Advisory, as Mayor-elect Merrifield has indicated. Of course, she will come in and she, as mayor, will be a member of any and all committees of the town. But her focus, she'll have a team from which to draw and more things to keep her time going. John?
I just want to bring the council's attention to things that we are recruiting for the friendly committee. There's an online form for people to fill out. And second, the planning advisory committee, the advertising for that has either gone out this afternoon or will go out tomorrow. I'm not sure which, but we're actively recruiting for that vacancy.
Thank you for that, John. And Brittany was representing, I think, the community piece when we originally appointed her. So on the question of receive and file, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried. And so just before I call for adjournment, I want to provide counsel for those of us who are retiring and not leaving. Did anyone have a statement or anything that they would like to make? And I don't want to put you on the spot. You don't have to.
Well, I'll just say really quickly, in closing, thank you to your worship, members of council, it's been a pleasure. Staff, volunteers, it's really, it's been great for years, so thank you. Thank you to the community for giving me the opportunity to do this.
Thank you, Councilor Chavez.
And I think I would echo everything Ryan said. I think I feel good about the leave, and I think the town's in a good position financially. I think it's set up with the new council committee with some great new ideas and move forward. They seem excited. It's been wonderful to work with each and every one of you. I guess this is 13 years, over 17 years. So it's, I'm excited to move on, but I'm going to miss it a bit too. But again, I thank the community for the opportunities. It's 3 times I like to be in, and you never know. It's not retirement. It might be back.
You never know. Deputy Mayor?
Well, it's been great. I've enjoyed it a little bit. It's time to give it up and let younger people take over and get some new blood in here and some new ideas. I think we've accomplished a lot over the last 12 or 15 years. What it's been. And again, I also echo what everybody said about everybody's activity, how much they've contributed. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you all.
And if I may, if you don't mind, please, mine will be a little more long-winded, but from the hip anyway. So, look, my career here began, as everyone's heard now, almost 30 years ago, when it was still the town of Grand Bay. And there was, as I tell people all the time, I came into this job, you didn't know how much you didn't know, but you were quick to find out. And I was blessed early on in that career with Peter, like Peter Fenwick, Lee French, Glenn Cosman, who asked me so many years ago to actually run for council and supported me and has supported me my entire career. And I'm grateful for that. Then to have had the opportunity, I think we were granted really a rare opportunity, the amalgamation to bring a village and a town together to build a new town. That would be something that everyone could be happy about. I think truly we've managed that. It has been my honor. I can't say it any other way. It's been my honor to serve this community. It has, I'm proud of the money we have been able to invest in its infrastructure, especially its recreational infrastructure. I have to say, one of the children, I used to stop and talk to him all the time because when they first started wearing biking helmets, him and his little brother were always wearing biking helmets. And a few years ago, when I was in at Sophie's, there he was, a grown up, working on the cashier. And he said to me, and I still cherish his comment, Mayor Lozier, you were the only guys that did anything for us kids. And I still remember that, James. I want you to know that it was, it meant the world to me. And we have, we put our money where we think it could make a difference. I'm sure that we have managed to maintain and grow the investment in your home, which is for many people the largest investment of their life. We have been able to look after all of our roads and streets, and honestly, I think our first step was building that community center. I am awfully proud of that community center and what we've been able to do as a community. When I say all this and all of the things that I am so proud of that we've been able to do together, I want to stress that together. No one person does any of this on their own. We have been blessed with some amazing partnerships, both with the provincial government, the federal government, with just groups in the community who were working like us to better a project like the River Valley track field. Like there has been so many. They were some of my favorite projects, like this building we sit in tonight. This frontage point was one of 6 opportunities to highlight the lower St. John River Valley. It was pretty amazing, and it really does remain our waterside gathering place in a signature property here at Bay-Westfield. So what I want to say is really, there were some I want to acknowledge people let out on, and it's hard for me to say that, but former Mayor Fenwick, Everett Calvin, Diane McGowan, she was just so amazing on this team. I can't believe she's not here with us today, but life has a way of doing that to you. But honestly, I have been blessed with the support. I hope anybody who's watching tonight, I hope you will support your future team the same way you have supported me and our teams all of these years. It has really been an honor and a pleasure, but it's time for me to go back to that man that's taking me down there, my husband, who has been with me all of these years, and my family. Look, it's, I can't wait, to be honest. It's time, it's 30 years, it's time to go, and I look forward to people like Brittany and her team, whoever that's going to be, to just re-energize and take it over from us and just make her shine. I believe we've left you a strong and good foundation on which to build. So thanks, everybody. Our item is 19.
Adjournment.
So.
Second.
On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? We are adjourned at 8:05 for the final time. Thank you, everybody.